Howdy, this is Sailor the Piper Man, Piper the Sailor Man coming to you from the island of Puerto Rico. I know, I just say the same thing every day. I have to have an introduction. Today's random thoughts. Tonight, it's late night. I got some rain coming down, a little wind blowing. Wife went to work as a nurse. Still, I was thinking earlier, and I was hearing a famous trumpeter named Phil Driscoll that I used to listen a lot, a gospel trumpeter. He said something very interesting in an interview he had. He had gone somewhere in Europe and was performing praise and worship music. He was also a jazz artist back in the day, really pop jazz artist. And he said something very interesting. The girl asked him, here with my Peterson, and I'm smoking my second bowl of McBaron Royal Blend. So he was asked, how does he feel going to a church with its younger people, more vibrant, more energy? He said something important. He said, the thing about getting old is that you have to watch it, that you don't become more critical of people or young people that have a lot more energy than one does. Usually somebody can come up to me and says, well, I'm in the military and I'm doing this and that, and I can say, well, I've been there, done that, and disregard their experience going through something. So I kind of relate things back to pipe smoking. And we can get caught up with young beginner pipe smokers. It might be their first time trying a certain blend. And they say, oh, this is great, I love it. And we can be awfully critical without realizing we can come out and say, really? You like that blend? I don't like that blend. Oh, it's not a great quality tobacco. Like I was told when I first started Captain Black. You like Captain Black? Oh, that's that over-the-counter pharmacy tobacco they sell. They're still selling that? And I'm looking at the guy, I'm just trying to share that I really like a tobacco, and we can really send the wrong message. And I'm going to stop doing reviews. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, everybody does reviews. Number two, tobacco is so subjective. Somebody might like English, another person might like Turkish, another person might like whatever. And we get so subjective, and we come out and we begin to say stuff like, oh, English blends are better than aromatic blends, and I wouldn't touch aromatics, and I don't like aromatics. And I say to myself, that tells me that we ain't never gonna sit there and smoke a pipe together. Well, if I'm smoking aromatic and you don't like it, and you're gonna be pissed off because I'm smoking aromatic, we get. Sometimes we can get condescending instead of being more cordial. I say, well, I'm glad you like that. If you like that, great. Listen, it's like a wine. You might like Chianti. Somebody might like a Vermouth. Somebody might like a Lambrusco. Another person might like whatever. And you come out and you say, like, you drink night train? Same thing with beer. We get so caught up in our own manure. Like I told one guy, you don't like cherry blends? He was telling me, you don't like cherry? I said, no, I like cherry blends. Listen, that's all I used to smoke for a year, 2 years when I first started. And so, this last review didn't sit right with some people. Well, why didn't you like it? Why didn't you put it down? I said, I didn't put it down. I said it was okay for those that I have reason to stand that because I'm experienced and I've smoked so much that for me it just didn't cut it. That's all. I didn't say that the cherry wasn't good. I prefer caramel, vanilla topping. Everybody's got their favorites. That's what's so great about smoking a pipe. Like I saw somebody do a video on corncob pipe is the only American pipe being made today. Well, excuse me. How about all of them American artisan pipe makers that show up to these pipe shows? So we gotta be careful that we don't get caught up with I only smoke corn cobs, and somebody comes up, well, I only use briar. Get them people off. I saw a video of the New York Pipe Club show, whatever. So they all got together. This is not criticism, it's just an observation. They all got together. Everybody in their little corner. There were like 4 TVs. I didn't hardly see any tobacco. One was on a computer. Some girl was on a computer. 2 people were talking. Everybody was to themselves. I'm like, this is a pipe club? That's just my observation. I would think a pipe club, you guys want to get together, you want to talk about pipe, you want to talk about tobacco. You don't just become part of a pipe club to show up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people come just for socializing and that's it. The Chinese have been using the pipe for over 2,000 years, and we still consider pipe making like they're upstarts. Those guys have been smoking herbs and tea and stuff like that for Very, very long time. Way before the 16th century. Yet, when we think of a Chinese pipe, we don't think much of it. Just observation. Here's my Peterson. That's it. Very good tobacco. I'm not gonna do no more reviews. We got plenty of reviews. But I am gonna talk about the tobaccos I like and what I've tried and what I think is good. And I like to sometimes buy, I'll spend a couple of dollars for tobacco I've never even heard, and I'll try it. Some people won't do that. Huh? Well, finally, I heard that the Ukraine military this night, earlier, launched an offensive. They began hammering the Russians. When you start taking the offense, I think Russia's in a little trouble, man. You know, it's a strange times, you know. Right after COVID, I mean, I recall sitting there with my pipe in hand, watching the news, watching YouTube. They were literally, the major cities in the world were like shut down. You remember that? They shut down. For the life of me, I had never seen Times Square just shut down. There was maybe one person walking the street. Tokyo, London, Paris, Australia, Sydney, Moscow, Israel, everything was shut down. Never. And I wonder how many people really died during that time. You know, a friend of mine, two people I know, one is still recovering, my mother's friend. She's been almost a year in therapy now. Wow, man. Did you ever notice this? That before war begins, Hollywood tends not to put out a lot of war movies. I noticed that. Before Desert Shield, I was telling my wife, it was like 1988, 89. And I was saying, honey, here we go again. A lot of war movies. And then the war happened. It's happened 3 times in my life where before a war began, proliferation of war movies, you're romanticizing it. That's what I'm getting at. It's very nice. McBaron, Roy blend is a very nice blend. Sitting here, I'm gonna go inside. Nice and quiet. You know who I haven't seen? Videos I haven't seen in a while. That I have a hard time understanding what he's saying. But he makes really excellent videos. Bremen Piper. I haven't seen him in a while. Bremen Piper. You know, sometimes he comes across aristocratic. But he sure loves those mission pipes, man. He's got a load of them. I appreciate that. I might get me a Hobbit pipe just to get it. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. Think when was the last time you had latakia from Syria? I thought about that. And to tell you the truth, the last time I had latakia from Syria was 1997. 1997. I mean, I've gotten Syrian. The majority of the latakia I think come from Syria now. Some other places that are being made. But I haven't had Syrian latakia in such a long time. It's so great. So good. Notice the price of meerschaums went up. I wonder what's going on in the world, how that's going to affect the Balkan blends. How's that going to affect if war breaks up? If war breaks out in Turkey, man, are we going to be able to get Turkish tobacco in? You know, it's crazy. It's going to be apocalyptic tobacco buying. Prepper's tobacco blend. last days black. Yeah, some people believe in pre-rapture, the pre-rapture tobacco blend. I mean, it's not funny, but you gotta have a little humor, man. I find myself I can't have a hard time reading books now, man. You know? I gotta get back to the ocean, man. I was watching a new series called Vikings Valhalla on Netflix. It's pretty cool. The opening scene is Leif Erikson on one of the Viking ships, right? Navigating from Greenland back to Kattegat in Norway. I think it's in Norway or Sweden or somewhere. And the scene is amazing. How he was able to navigate on the North Atlantic Oceans, man. Those are treacherous water. I've been there. I've been on the North Atlantic cruise. Went up the English Channel. Then all of a sudden, man, talking about worlds colliding, when water collides too, man. You can feel it in the hull of the ship. The worst thing is sitting in the mess deck. Having food of cereal. Mess deck is where we eat on board the ship. A bowl of cereal or some coffee, and all of a sudden the ship gets rocked, man. And it goes from being like this to a 45-degree angle, and the coffee goes like on a bar. Coffee goes flying, man. I used to have to strap myself in. Oh my God. Of Western Australia, that was the scariest waters, man. One of those planes went down. They still haven't found it. That water's scary, man. Coming around the Horn of Africa, that's some scary water. And to think these guys are doing it in the 17th century, you know? Oh, yeah, the seamanship these guys had back then. I mean, we got technology. Those guys had to wing it, food stale on board the ships. They had to repair their own masts. You had to do everything themselves, man. Like carpenters, navigators. Back then, the captain of the ship was law. I love that picture. Mutiny on the Bounty. Mr. Christian. Mr. Christian. He just got so tired and fed up. Once they hit, I think it was Tahiti, and they saw the Englishmen saw them beautiful women. Oh my God. I remember going to Thailand, and we went ashore. And it was interesting. It's like an archipelago. I saw the most beautiful Oriental girls. They look like dolls. Burma, Bali, the way they dance, they're so tiny, and you can't read their expression. You can't read their faces. They're so stoic. I guess it's that Buddhism. Stoic, man. They look at you, and we're so animated. They would look at us. It's so animated. Beautiful Oriental women. I can see why. Not beauty in the sense of physical beauty, but I guess it's the way they carry themselves. Long hair, their demeanor. I guess all women have that certain type of beauty. Like, I've been watching a lot of Ukrainian women, how they are dealing with this. Yeah, some strong Ukrainian women, man. Russian women, Slavic, strong women, man. Celtic women too, opinionated, strong women, man. You can't handle yourself, they look at you. I ain't marrying no wimp. My wife is like that. She got some Celtic and some German in her. She goes, pick me up. You were dating. She says, pick me up. Why? You don't think I can pick you up? He said, my father always said, a man that can't pick up his wife, you don't marry. I said, why did he say that? Because a man can't pick up a woman. How's he going to take care of her? How's he going to get her out of danger? I said, that makes a lot of common sense. In other words, never marry a wuss, never marry a wimp. And I think a lot of women today, look, I watch the women, I think, women now marry more rugged, tough women than back in I think in the 80s, 90s, back then, the smart guys were kind of ruling, had the girls. The nerd types. Now women are looking wild. I need a man that's gonna protect me. Yeah, they're venturing and looking at certain men they wouldn't normally look at. Some women like that. If a man can't handle himself, it's amazing. Human nature is amazing, man. And you know what's very interesting? How many people have volunteered to go fight on behalf of the Ukraine? My estimate right now, there's over 30,000 men. I saw a lot of Englishmen go. I saw Israelis, French, Polish. Going up there. I'm gonna go fight. Sometimes it's in your nature, you know. Like some people wouldn't even fight for their own country, man. They just run away. I don't know. I can't do that. You know, I'm the type of guy. You gonna go through an alley? I'll go through the alley. If you got my back, we'll go to the alley. Whatever. You know, that's where I grew up. We always had friends that we had each other's back no matter what situation.